Time, it's 83. Wrestling heroes on your TV. Von Erich's fight. Free bucks take flight. Pondwater Dave and Timmy C tonight. World Class Flashback. Here we go. Action packed show, don't miss it, you know. Legends roar, in the ring they soar. Memories old, but the action's pure. Championship gold, stories unfold. Join the ride where tales are retold. World Class Flashback, here we go. Action-packed show, don't miss it, you know.
Hello and welcome to World Class Flashback. I'm your host, Timmy C. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Pondwater Dave, what's going on, man? We're sliding this in right before we get to the fireworks. What's going on?
Oh, decided we'd get some 1983 Sportatorium fireworks before we got out there and started blowing up everything.
They
Decided to be
did
here with you.
in 83.
Huh? 1983, yeah.
They blew everything up in 83.
That's right. Got my monster.
Start over. All right, so this week we are
got everything locked and loaded, ready to go.
Monster. You got vodka in that monster?
I do not.
Terrible. One day we'll get you all drunked up on this show. Maybe it'll be the New Year's Eve 1984 show. That'd be excellent.
Maybe someday.
All right, so we're currently basically at the Halloween show, October 29th, 1983, right here on World Class Championship Wrestling. Our main event is Kerry Von Erich against Fabulous Freebird Terry Gordy. And we also have Michael Hayes taking on Josie Lothario.
I don't know if Michael's taking on Lothario on this episode.
That's what it says.
I know, but what I'm telling you is what I've got is that we've got Buddy Roberts versus Johnny Mantell. We've got Bill Rathke versus Iceman King Parsons. We've got David Von Erich and Chris Adams versus the Mongol and Boris Zukov.
I think we're gonna miss that. Just guessing here.
I'm saying no. I'm saying that's what Bill Mercer announced, and that's what the graphics showed.
Yeah,
I know what the and cage match's card for this night looks nothing like what's on this show.
So it's a crapshoot. We don't know what's gonna happen here. This ought to be some fun. By the way, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds right now. Season 2, episode 42, October 29th, 1983. Go find it while Pondwater and I discuss rapidly.
Yeah, what I'm going to need everybody to do is head over to Peacock. When you get there,
Pull your cock out
on the WWE. Then I want you to go down to Territories. It's all the way over to the right.
It's hard to find. I mean, honestly.
And then
so maybe we'll give them 45 seconds.
When you click on Territories, World Class is just going to be the biggest thing on the screen because
it is the best graphic, by the way.
Yeah. So World Class. Then you're going to go to Season 2, Episode 42.
October 29th, 1983.
Season 2, Episode 42. Peacock Territories, World Class, Season 2, Episode 42. Y'all get to looking for it?
You did that way better than I would have, because I was just like, hey, pull your cock out and go to 1983 World Class. That's Tim, what Pondwater does every time.
You got big plans for when the sun goes down?
We've already set our $40 worth of fireworks off that I never would have bought because I find fireworks to be a waste of money.
Yeah. Well, my grandsons are visiting from Texas. They can't do fireworks in their neighborhood. So,
Good news is our town does a really good fireworks show. It's put on by, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, Rozzie's Famous Fireworks.
I have not.
They are a staple, gigantic firework purveyor of the area. They do the Labor Day show that WEBN puts on in Cincinnati, which is like a $250,000 show. Like they do it between the two big bridges in Cincinnati,
Does
it's
WKRP
gigantic.
do anything in Cincinnati?
WKRP was based off a station that is actually WKRQ, and it's Q102.
We used to have a Q102 in Texas, and if you search Q102 in images, I guarantee you're going to find Kerry Von Erich wearing a Q102 T-shirt. Texas.
It will not. It will not be
Q102. Q102 Texas Best Rock used to have a disc jockey on there named Redbeard, and Redbeard had Sammy Hagar on one day in the afternoon, and he got Sammy Hagar to commit Van Halen to doing a free concert in the West End Marketplace.
What's up, Coach Keith?
Coach Keith, happy 4th of July to you, sir. I can only imagine that the 4th of July is a really big deal in Philadelphia where Coach Keith is.
Well, they ring the Liberty Bell with
Do they?
sparklers, I think.
They sing Philadelphia Freedom a lot, too.
They probably celebrated Super Week. I don't know what that's like. But we're getting to it. Don't worry. All
I
right.
think everybody's had time to find season 2, episode 42 in their Peacock.
Yeah, I think they do.
I bet
And we're going to hit
back to the
play.
screensaver. So, yep.
We're going to hit play in 3, 2, 1, play. Mine didn't work, of course.
Presented in the most complete form possible due to original production.
Unlike Dave and the QC.
Oh, I need to turn that sound.
He is definitely not in a intact state, guaranteed.
No, Dave and the QC is 3.
Guaranteed he's been drinking since 8 a.m.
I'm impressed that he spelled everything right, but he did capitalize 3 out of the 4 words in that sentence.
Yeah, I mean, he is giving Kerry Von Erich, a lot of esteem, I guess, since 1 and foot are all capitalized.
Why do you have a wrench in your name, Dave? How did you get a
he
wrench
is
emoji in there?
He is a creator. He's part of our StreamYard. He's a creator.
Bill Mercer's welcoming us in here.
Terry Gordy wearing the cowboy hat.
We got to run in by Fritz tonight.
He hates us.
No lies.
Why? Shit.
We're going to have the mask of it. We're on the wrong episode. I'm on the wrong episode. Where are we at, Tim?
We are, it says Kerry Von Erich versus Terry.
Man, every time it goes to screensaver, it puts me back to that episode.
I'm at 147, 48, 49, 150. Oh, I was missing my decoration.
150?
Shit. No, we're at 210, 211, 212.
I'm with you.
We're watching a Chris Adams. Yeah.
And
looks like it's in a high school gym.
This is from Fort Worth.
It unfortunately is.
There it is. Taped 8/29/83, the Will Rogers Coliseum.
But we are almost 2 months later at this point.
I think we're still just really setting up David and we're setting up David and Kamala for Reunion Arena for Thanksgiving.
Did no one tell David how terrible, or I'm sorry, Michael, how terrible those tights were?
No, but but everybody told David how great those tights that he has on are.
By the way, Iceman King Parsons repping Romania there with his tights, which is weird.
Look he slapped Kamala for a pin, and Kamala grabbed him, and he's fixing it.
You mean for a tag?
He's gonna. Akbar's having to say no. He's your partner. He's your partner. Because he thought that Hayes was attacking him when he tagged him,
which is great theater, by the way.
Mm-hmm. The little things, man.
And you get like an extra minute and a half out of that.
Yeah. So now Mongol's trying to coach Kamala up to leave Hayes alone. Everybody wants to kick Michael Hayes' ass.
Unfortunately for Iceman, Kamala was not that easily distracted.
Your prop looks like it's picking your nose.
Correct.
I like the production from Fort Worth so much better than the Dallas show. I don't know if production is the right word. Maybe I like that. There's something about
it looks like a high school gym. Stop it.
That does not look like a high school gym. That's a coliseum. That's a rodeo coliseum.
A rodeo coliseum. That could be why.
Rogers Coliseum. The World Championships used to take place there.
I don't care if it's Steve Rogers Coliseum. He was Captain America.
So now look, Kamala's going over and he wants to tag Hayes again. Like he's got the concept down that we're going to tag.
Like so it's a game.
Hayes. And now it's like Kamala learned something. They've taught him something and he's real happy with himself.
I don't blame him. I would be too.
But he doesn't understand.
What's a Mongol doing? Somebody tagged the Mongol's dumbass in.
Well, no, he's just Mongol's trying to tell him, no, you can't. You've tagged. Now you got to get out.
And Michael back in after a 20-second respite.
So they're teaching. They're teaching, and they used to say that Kamala was Idi Amin. It used to be Idi Amin's security guard, bodyguard.
Well, they didn't tag when he was a security guard.
This is so good. Ice goes downstairs. And Hayes returns the favor.
So you telling me those lit windows are like suites back there? Is that what that is?
No, they're not suites. That's the I think it's the opening to the concourse for the concession area.
But I don't see people walking back there.
Mongol's doing a little cheating here. I'd like to point out to everybody that those tights that David Von Erich are wearing are on my wall.
I'd like to point out to everyone
that humble brag.
David Von Erich ain't doing shit to Kamala. Kamala just whooping that ass.
I don't know what you're watching.
I just saw him throw him out of the ring.
Look at that. Ice is getting double teamed in the corner while this is going on.
That tells me that the baby faces in this are weak.
It's a 6-man tag. Who is it? Chris Adams that's teaming with him?
Yeah. Maybe that's why Iceman is repping Romania. Actually, I need to see what flag that is.
Could be Italy.
No, Italy's green.
Oh, I'm colorblind. Couldn't tell you. Kamala just unloading on Ice. Iceman's trying to get the tag. No, he's not. He's trying to fight back.
It's
Now he's
France.
got the tag. Here
It's
comes
France. Who knew? Iceman King Parsons, a French sympathizer.
Look at Chris Adams is doing everything he can to take Kamal off his feet, and it ain't happening.
Iceman King Parsons loved the Rougeau brothers.
You know that skit on Saturday Night Live that Michael Myers does when he gets chocolate and he's wearing a harness and they tie him up and he just starts going crazy because he got some chocolate.
Yeah, that was
kid.
like what, a monkey? Is that?
No, like a little kid that's hyper.
It's a monkey.
Not a monkey, it's a kid.
No, he's a monkey.
Kamala respects David Von Erich. I don't know if he respects him or he's scared of that claw. Oh, and there he goes. Chops to the head. And the way David sells those chops, they look like they make a great impact. A duck. Here he comes. There's that high knee. Kamala's getting rocked a little bit. Dave just wiped off his hand for the claw. He's got the claw. He's got the claw on the Ugandan giant. He's squeezing his head like a pimple.
It's not a pimple.
No. Yeah. I said a pimple, not a blackhead.
Oh my God. What are we doing? We saw it like 2 weeks ago, actually. That is the longest I've ever seen him do it, though.
Well,
like,
I think we've seen this clip before. I think this is the match where we realized that Kamala's scared of the claw.
No, that was in Dallas. We saw that.
Well, we established it.
He just got a quick taste.
Yeah. Well, it had already been established from the Saturday night show. Everything on the Saturday night show is kind of like canon because the Friday night show that we normally cover is the syndicated show. Oh, Kamala is not having it. He is.
Well, I mean, they kicked him on the outside.
Chris Evans just reached out there and kicked him as he walked around.
Yeah. I'm about 5 seconds ahead of you, I think.
Oh. Give me a time code.
Go with 10:46, 47, 48.
All right, I'm at 10:50. It's a great picture, David standing in the ring with his hand like he's ready.
Which is terrible. No, that's ridiculous. 10 minutes, 4 minutes of wrestling.
But the whole teaching Kamala the concept of tag team wrestling was brilliant.
No, that's good booking. Poor Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes had to carry this entire friggin' match.
Kamala's like, nope, not doing it, guys. He done squeezed my head.
What I love is the Mongol has stood outside the entire freaking match. We've not seen him in the ring.
Yeah, there's just that one time he got in there and got some cheap heat on ice. And the whole thing about the Mongol is that Chris Adams and the Mongol was the built-in feud. Because he referenced the thing that the Mongol took liberties with him over in Europe. And that's so when he got in the territory, it was the natural rivalry was with the Mongol.
He said the Mongol took liberties?
Yeah, Chris Adams had an issue with the Mongol from some stuff. I guess the Mongol had hurt him when they were in Europe.
I don't buy that.
It was the cool part about wrestling in the 80s. You couldn't prove it. Kamala's really selling that he don't like the claw. And this is the first time we've seen Kamala sell.
Yeah. He was very strong coming in the territory.
Yeah, I mean, this is Kamala.
And now,
I mean,
once
Kamala
again,
was,
the Mongol is not in. I like that Kamala's like, yeah, if I tag, I can have 2 people in here.
Michael Hayes with the suplex. Or as Gordon Soley would say, the suplex.
Terrible.
Nice elbow drop.
By the way, EX in French doesn't give the A sound.
Oh. Where the hell did that come from?
Suplex?
Oh.
It's not called the Ford Flay.
Dude, all I know about French is French fries and French kissing, and that's the extent of my.
Well, apparently Iceman King Parsons knows a lot because he's got French tights on. He's a French sympathizer. Can't even believe they were cheering him in Texas.
Michael Hayes with the tag to the Mongol. Here comes the Mongol. David
And Chris Adams.
Chris Adams gets the hot tag.
2 guys we ain't seen in an hour and a half.
Super kick. Nope. Monkey flip. All right. Super kick. Shoulder tackle. Over. Off the ropes. Duck.
Sleeper hold.
Sleeper hold.
And Michael says,
Michael. Oh, that looked good.
Yeah, French sympathizer. Iceman comes in.
The hell of a
Drop kicks him.
There's another super kick. Adams covers. 1, 2. We don't see the pin.
Yep. They just punched the referee. Michael Hayes just punched the referee. What? And now we
1,
see what?
2.
Why did
3.
they not disqualify Hayes after he punched the ref?
But I love that David got in there and kept Kamala from coming in by threatening the claw. And I love that. Jim Garvin meets
Gorgeous
the Masked
Jim
Avenger.
Meets the
I wonder who the
Who is
Masked
that?
Avenger was in '83, because I know at one point Reggie Parks was the Masked Avenger.
Doesn't matter. We got Sunshine.
And yeah. Here comes the American Heavyweight Champion, Gorgeous
They
Jim
still haven't
Garvin.
named her Precious yet. Because they said, we guess you can call her Sunshine too.
Oh, I'm not listening to I don't have the audio on it. Hey, I wonder if Precious was like, oh, I know who this is. Oh, this is
Who?
good. No, I'm not telling you. You're going to love this.
We'll find out, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, this is a big damn deal. You're going to love this. Hey, I'm wondering if Precious came up and told him, said, no, motherfucker, you like that other Precious. I'm Precious now. Pardon my French. See?
What a wart in the middle of that guy's
That's
forehead.
Joe Ranelli. We didn't normally get Joe Ranelli in Dallas as the announcer. It was rare for Joe Ranelli to make it over to Dallas. Joe Ranelli normally took care of the Fort Worth shows, and he was a bigwig in the Miss Texas pageant. I've got to get one of those Mask Avengers masks. American title really looks good on Jimmy Garvin.
Just like Sunshine's outfit.
Yeah.
This is be Chris Adams then.
Huh?
Guaranteed. This will be Chris Adams.
I don't know. I can't remember.
It's non-title match, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Love for Sunshine to give a cheek on my peck.
Because you know, Jim Garvin said Chris Adams has to go back to the back of the line. Jimmy Garvin's doing some calisthenics, getting warmed up. Man, I got to get one of those masks.
The Texas mask.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you'll have to have someone make it at this point.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I know a guy. This Mask Avenger's getting in.
Getting his shit in.
He's out. I mean, I think he's feeling a little disrespected by the champ. Dropping that knee across the chest. Got Garvin reeling. Get out of his hair. Get out of his hair. Bronco's not going to make him get out of his hair. Sunshine looks
Nah, Bronco don't give a damn.
Wow, a super kick by the Mask Avenger. 1, 2, 3. It's hot in the sportatorium. He's taking the mask off. I'll be damned. It's Chris Adams.
Shocker. The man who's dressed like an asshole.
We've had some tomfoolery. The champ
had a whole lot of Chris Adams.
The champ has been bamboozled. I'm sure he's going to file a strongly worded protest with the office.
I want to know why Bronco Lubitsch has an ace bandage on his arm.
Pulled muscle counting. Blows my mind that Bronco's only 57 years old here.
He's done sweated through that shirt.
I bet he has. It's hot
leaving the ring. He sweated through that shirt.
So Chris is explaining that, you know, now I've got a pinfall victory over the American Heavyweight Champion. I wish we could track it. Tell us what he's saying, Tim.
This is too hard. This is too hard. He's calling out Jimmy Garvin. Saying he had to put the mask on so he could get the match.
Sounds right.
You know I can beat you.
I mean, he didn't just beat Jimmy Garvin. Jimmy Garvin had 2 valets with him and still lost. I mean, he didn't know what got him.
The bigger question is, how does a guy that sounds like Chris Adams end up in a trailer park nailing old ladies while their husband's in the other room?
Well, he's damn good looking, and I'm sure he's fairly charming.
Yeah, but that voice doesn't say trailer park.
That super kick looked tremendous. We're going to get Lothario and Hayes now.
So we've now seen 2 Chris Adams matches, and we're on 2 Michael Hayes matches.
Playing the hits tonight, y'all. We hadn't seen Jose since Star Wars, since International Star Wars. So
Oh, good. Broncos back. That'll be fun. And they're doing the ring announcement in
There's Black Gordon.
Spanish.
Is he talking in Spanish?
Yes.
He has an issue with Jose Lothario.
Oh. Something about taking him to the house.
Oh.
And then hits him.
That was a DDT. That was a DDT. You know, we talked about it before that Black Gordon got credit for being the innovator of the DDT. That was a DDT that he just did to Jose Lothario. Did you see it?
Jose Lothario, yes. Yet Jose Lothario is up and fighting. So he may be the innovator of that move, but Jake the Snake made it the DDT.
Yeah, because Jose's holding his shoulder. But
how the hell does Jose Lothario not know how to take a DDT?
So I imagine it's going to be Jose and Black Gordon around the loop. What day did you say this was taped? October the what?
I just knew the day it was shown, October 29th, which means it was taped either the 21st or the 14th.
Yeah. It was, but man, there's so much on this card that's not on this show.
Well, they already showed a 15-minute match that wasn't in that arena.
There is a Mask Avenger in the. There is a Mask Avenger. Well, no, Mask Avenger defeats Jimmy Garvin. Okay, this was taped on the 21st. I was here. I was here that night.
How do you know?
Because Kamala and the Junkyard Dog wrestled on hopefully we'll see that next week.
Dark match?
I knew that because I was there when Mask Avenger, when he took the mask off. And Johnny Mantell and the Mask Avenger actually wrestle Hayes and Gordy. So that may be the second time we'd seen him that night. But I know I was here because this was during the Texas State Fair, and I went to go specifically to see the Junkyard Dog. I am like where the hard camera is shooting that section. I'm on the same side as the hard camera in the middle.
So
I'm probably about 8 rows up in the middle. I took my good friend Lisa Hopert. She'd never been to the wrestling matches. I don't think there's any chance that we'll see me on camera, though. Not where I was sitting.
Good thing. So next is the main event.
Yeah, you might have saw the back of my head from that shot. That's not Kerry Von Erich, guys.
No, that's Kevin. But it sure as hell says Kerry.
It said Kerry on the.
Yep, Kerry Von Erich faces Terry Gordy. That is not Kerry Von Erich, by the
I
way.
wonder if this is this isn't a. They fought a few weeks ago. I wonder if they're re-showing it.
No, this said the main event going in.
Wow. I don't think this is from the same night that we've been watching. Because the results.
This is going to be a pretty long match because we got 15 minutes left of the show.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's. I guess Kerry and Terry Gordy fought to a no contest a week prior to this at the Sportatorium. I think something got messed up because it is Kevin Von Erich and Terry Gordy on the results, but I guess they didn't want to show us Princess Victoria and Judy Martin. Thank God, because they went 10 minutes and 46 seconds.
Jesus.
We had Black Gordman and Mike Reed went 7:49.
Can't wait till Mike Von Erich makes his debut.
That's coming.
Great.
That is coming at Thanksgiving.
Poor bastard.
That's crazy that there's no explanation why they were saying Kerry and they got Kevin instead.
There is WWE. That's why they didn't give a shit about this.
Oh, but didn't the graphics on the World Class say that it was Kerry and?
Don't remember.
It doesn't matter. This is This is gonna be a hell of a match.
Can we talk about how Terry Gordy's mustache is terrible?
We can.
Pretty sure his daughter could grow a better mustache.
Damn, that's a little stiff there, Tim.
I like Miranda.
Miranda's awesome.
I have faith in her. She could definitely grow. I mean,
Man, we got to get.
she ain't got to do much to do better than her dad's mustache.
We've got to get Miranda on here to watch an episode where her dad's in the main event.
Not this one, because his mustache is terrible.
And this part of '83, they really have gone to great lengths to highlight the leg strength that Kevin has.
Yeah, but if you were Terry Gordy, what would you do? I'd grab his toes and just break them fuckers.
Yeah.
Try to put on a body scissors with two broken big toes. It's harder when that shit points sideways.
Manning probably could have counted 3 on that last one.
Hate that wrestling move.
Boom. Oh.
Hate that. Hate it.
What?
The ring your bell.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Clapping the.
By the way, someone wash Kevin's feet. That's terrible.
Yeah, the floor is nasty from the back to the ring at the Sportatorium.
He should have wore sandals to the ring.
Yeah. That's what Riddle does. Who I like to affectionately call Surfer Von Erich.
Well, he's a dumbass, by the way.
Riddle?
Yeah, no one gives a shit what he does.
Current MLW champion.
And OnlyFans model.
Is he really?
Yes. He has an OnlyFans. Kevin Von Erich would have had a better OnlyFans with his dirty feet.
Is he showing his wing?
I'm assuming. I saw a picture with a happy face in front of his penis.
Could you? I can't
Pondwater
even wrap
Dave's favorite wrestler, Matt Riddle.
all of a sudden, I got a lot more respect for him. That's a pretty bold move to look at your wing one day and say, you know, I think somebody paid to see this. I mean, I've never looked at mine and thought anybody would pay to see it.
I mean, I always thought someone would pay to see it, but it was definitely in change increments. Like no one was putting a direct deposit in that. Like, here's a nickel. Take it away.
I saw a meme today. This beautiful woman looked like a model, and it's talking about the pay disparity, the difference in wages. Like a male firefighter makes $46,000 something a year average, and a female receptionist makes like $35,000 a year. Somebody pointed out
in danger on that.
No, but then somebody pointed out, well, yeah, but a female firefighter makes $46,000 a year, and a male receptionist makes $35,000 a year. So, what's your point? And my thinking was, yeah, but on OnlyFans, he ain't gonna make as much as you, darling.
Unless you're Matt Riddle. Wouldn't it be awesome if he was like out there and it was just a micro peen? Like, look at all 2 inches of this.
And then you got to respect him even more because you didn't realize he was that big of a worker. That's pretty carny right there. What a nice swinging neck breaker by Gordy. Come on, Gordy. You got to hook the leg. You're not going to pin Kevin Von Erich like that.
Only his toes, not his feet, just his toes.
Man, nobody sells like Gordy. God almighty. Love Terry Gordy. Yeah, the only thing I remember I remember the Mask Avenger stuff.
Okay.
And I remember seeing Kamala and Junkyard Dog, but I couldn't have told you that I wouldn't have remembered that. Seeing Kerry Von Erich and Terry Gordy,
or Terry Von Erich.
If they would have had it right, I wouldn't have remembered being there. But it's the Junkyard Dog and Kamala is why I remember going.
I think we missed out on an opportunity for Terry Gordy to be one of the Von Erich cousins. The fatter cousin, Terry Von Erich.
I always thought it should have been Iceman.
He's black. They don't do that in Texas.
Yeah, but I mean, he could have been like a stepbrother.
Could have been their French cousin.
A half-brother, Fritz's dirty little secret.
Von Gordy.
Von Gordy.
Like it.
Yeah. That's my buddy Jason Young. Nova Scotia, Canada's in the house. I don't think they sell.
Is he a big fan of French sympathizer Iceman King Parsons?
I don't know. Nova Scotia is kind of French Canadian. I know Quebec's French Canadian.
Nova Scotia is not.
Not French Canadian. Sure.
They probably hate French Canadians, actually.
And I know when I went to Quebec, people just kept walking up to me and started speaking French. Like, I was like, I don't know.
See, here's the deal. French Canadians are like the Southeasterners of the United States.
Mm.
Like, they don't like them. They speak weird. They don't want to deal with them. They think they're stupid.
Nova Scotia has a French area.
Is it the French Quarter? Or they just walk around tongue kissing everybody?
We. I've known Jason for
Since he was Jason Pre-Young?
over 20 years. I mean, like he's OG.
Well, then he's not Jason Young. He's Jason.
He's OG belt. He's OG
old.
belt collector. He's an OG belt collector. I mean, like way back in the beginning of before social media. It was like on the bulletin boards.
He collected like Levi's belts and okay, no sell that. That's fine.
Just tossed his ass right out of the ring. And now he's teasing that thumb, that Oriental spike.
Not allowed to say that.
What?
Asian spike.
Do you still call them Oriental rugs?
Nah. Southeast Asian rugs.
No, I'm calling it the Oriental spike because that's what it was called in 1983.
So how do you feel about the Indians and the Redskins?
The Washington Redskins?
Yeah.
I think they ought to go back to being the Washington Redskins.
I agree.
The actual Redskins want them to go change it back.
Well, I don't know that I would call them the actual Redskins, but the Native Americans that have the picture of the guy on their helmet.
It's
one of their great chiefs, and
right. They felt like, I mean, come on, the white men had done screwed up enough for them, and
I mean, it's kind of
he's got a handful of tats. Oh, and he steals a win. He steals a win with a handful of tats.
It's kind of a symbol of respect. There are no other races that have teams named after them. And you only name teams after fierce things.
Gordy's like, no, you didn't see it. Oh, Bronco.
Are they going to reverse this?
Bronco came down to tell it. Bronco's snitching him out.
I think if I were Terry Gordy, I'd say, look here, Bronco, you don't officiate in your own matches. Why are you coming down here during mine?
You know, Bronco did that to the Iceman when David punched Harley Race last week.
See, Jason Young doing my point. Redskins, Braves, Indians, Blackhawks, all great. Chicago Blackhawks, Edmonton Eskimos. They only do it for Native North Americans.
I think that
sign of respect, not racism.
I guess they DQ'd Gordy on that. Oh, Kevin's trying to put his thumb in the turnbuckle
because he's a cheater.
We'll break that damn thumb.
Have a feeling we're going home here.
Yeah.
2 minutes left.
The graphics.
Minute and a half.
The graphics had nothing right on this show. It didn't seem like.
Now we're talking to Kevin Von Erich. If those had been death style matches, that guy's thumb would have been in the turnbuckle still.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Kevin kept that one short and sweet.
Yeah, he said, "To hell with you. I'll rip your goddamn hand off."
What's he telling us?
We're going to get Princess Victoria and Judy Martin next week.
Oh, shit.
I was hoping.
Is that the only match that he...
I think that takes up all 44 minutes next week.
Did he not mention the Junkyard Dog?
Nope. There's a Freebirds match with Von Erich again. Excited. 8 minutes of women's wrestling in 1983.
10.
Even better. I like it. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this week.
We hope you enjoyed the watching along with us tonight. We had a good time.
Yeah. We don't want to entrape on your fireworks because we're getting ready to go out ourselves. I can hear them out there right now, and the city doesn't even put theirs on for another 8 minutes. So, with all that, we're going to wrap this up. I'm Timmy C. He's Pondwater Dave. Thank you for joining us on World Class Flashback.
Exclusively on Mark Out Moments.
Thanks, guys.